All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying Kahala Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rukakadash, double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim, continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, on the screen, as you can see, this is from End Time Headlines, which is one of those, I won't say opinionated, but it's one of those off-brand news outlets where I guess what's that word? Personally owned, like privately owned, and the one of the whatever what you call them bloggers posted something of a woman he knows of a vision she had, and this woman has had visions before, but actually I want to talk about a vision of my own. So last night, well, this morning, I went to sleep, and I did my usual thing. We had camp today. We did the works, and then brothers actually didn't hang out. Well, actually, brothers didn't actually hang out as a unison as we usually do. But me and another brother were hanging out. We actually got some food. I'm just giving you a little rundown of the night. We got some food. We were chilling, building in the spirit, whatnot. And so what happened was we got some food, and then we went our separate ways. So we went to the crib, went to both of our residences, and I was just chilling, regular night Saturday. I planned on going somewhere, but the spirit, I didn't really feel like going out, so on and so forth. And so along the night, watch, did a couple, watch a couple things, watched the movie, and I actually a brother had to come pick up something from me later in the night, so I had to stay up. So after that happened, I actually had watched a video of brothers camping a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, and we were actually in NYC, and brothers actually saw chariots. We saw maybe at least a dozen of them. All right. So I just watched a little bit of that video and watching the reaction of brothers and what they were doing. I was watching the reaction of brothers and how excited brothers were to see those chariots and the way we did, because we all were able to see them, and which is a beautiful thing. Tawadi how Bashim Al Shine. Now fast forward to this morning, in the wee hours of the night. So after the brother came, picked up what he needed to pick up, I then a couple hours later I did that, and then I went to sleep. Now this one I had a dream, aka / vision. Basically it was like this. I was with a couple brothers in our camp, and so what happened was I happened to just be looking up in the sky, and there were chariots up there. Now they all resembled like jewels and rubies and precious gems and whatnot. They were bright. It was bright in the sky. So the brothers that I was with, they were standing a little away from me. We were kind of like apart, but we were still close in proximity to like see each other. And before I was even able to tell them, like, look, bro, chariots, they was already looking up and basking in the essence of Yahweh Bashim Shai and his air arsenal, the chariots, which they call UFOs. So anyway, so what happened was the chariots, it was like they were like circles and whatnot, like they were shining like jewels and gems. And it was like four chariots, and they actually got into a formation. And what they were doing was, at one time they looked like they were like logos, like advertisements in the sky. But the chariots were doing it. But it wasn't no English or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then they got in unison they got in a formation of four, and if Esau, and which I assume to be Esau. There were a bunch of red dots in the sky, which were to be Esau's military and Air Force or whatever. And there was a lot of them, but it was like hundreds of them. All right. And so when the chariots went into formation, the red dots were circling around them, seeing what's up, because they they were trying to see what's up. They didn't know what to do. First thing Esau gonna do was attack some shit. And what happened was there was like a lot of red dots in the sky. And then one of them struck. One of Esau's military struck, fired a shot or whatever. And, a few started following suit. And then that's when I woke up. So it's like, this was something that, I woke up and I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning on a dot. And then I put it in the group chat that all brothers and our camps is in to share, because I was just so excited when I woke up. I was like, oh snap. Like that was fear. That was heavy. It was on some I woke up and I'm still seeing it right now. Like even as I speak, right now as I speak, I'm seeing it. And I'm like, that's the wadi Yahweh Shema Shah for that vision, because that just means we close to that actually happening in real life. You know what I'm saying? Because when we was watching it, we were just in the sky and all. Because at first they didn't initially attack it. They didn't attack it. It was like it was like dramatic. It was the dramas, you know what I'm saying, of it. Then they eventually attacked, and I'm like, yo, and like and the chariots didn't even flinch. They didn't even flinch, man. Esau, whatever the stuff that Esau has, man, they can't like, compete with the arsenal and from heaven, man. Of Yahweh Shema Shah. That's how you know that the Lord is just going to straight run through these devils, man. And all this technology they have, all this money they spent for all these hundreds of years to get their military and air force, all that into a level, the Lord is just going to wipe away with that shit easily, man. All right. So now, with that being said, because this is a beautiful vision that I personally had just had, a few hours ago. Now I'm going to get into this article with this woman that had also another vision. Now, when we read the article, it says, woman claims she was given a vision from God, Yahweh, of a devastating future attack on America. Now, I'm going to read this article and then I'm going to get a couple of scriptures. But you got to understand something. The Lord is going to, remember the Lord says, I'm going to get that scripture where he says he's going to pour his spirit upon all flesh. All right? People are going to see things. People are going to have dreams and visions, man. And that things that they're not going to be able to explain is going to be what? It's going to be visions of the end, man. Because that's what this is all about. But this is all leading towards the Lord's judgment day, man. The day where the Lord says he's going to visit the earth, man. So I'm going to read the article. It says, woman claims she was given a vision from God of a devastating future attack on America. Now, what's that? That's more like a nightmare. And it says, the following is shared from Michael Snyder's blog. What I am about to share with you is important, and I hope that you will share this with everyone that you can. See, hoping that you share this with everyone that you can. Now, some people will see this and like, oh man, that's some bullshit news outlet. Nah, these are the people that post real things, man. All right, when these privately owned news outlets, man, they're the ones that there's no holds barred sometimes, man. And I think this is a little bit of a like Christian people, like they kind of like speak on a Christian, like they mostly speak on biblical things or things of certain religions that tie into prophecies. But anyway, it says, and I hope that you will share this with everyone that you can. There is so much prophetic chatter in the Christian world today, but most of it comes from charlatans that have never actually had any supernatural experiences with God at all. And that's facts. Because these fake pastors, man, they're not on the level, man. They're not men of the Lord, man. They're the men that the Lord said that they're false shepherds, man. They're wolves in sheep's clothing, man. And breaking up whole houses for filthy lucre's sake, man. For money. These men are not men of the Lord. These pastors that in these big churches and these churches, man, they're not preaching the real truth of Yahweh Shem Shah. Because one, they don't even preach the name of Yahweh Shem Shah. They're preaching in Christ. All right, that's not the Lord's name. But anyway, it says, and when their prophecies inevitably fail, it makes the entire prophetic community look bad. No, it just makes them look bad. It says, but of course there are others that actually do have very supernatural experiences with God, in which they are shown, which names Yahweh, in which they are shown things about the future. One such individual is my friend Sonja Craighead. Those that have followed my work for a long time are already familiar with her. So obviously this guy has posted things that she has, visions that she's had and things about this woman. And some of the things that she has been shown over the years have already come to pass. So it says the thing that she has been showed from Yahweh, from God, it says that have already come to pass. So I would take what she has to say very seriously. This latest vision that she had really shook her up emotionally. And my hope is that we can get this out to as many people as possible. Now you can tell people this and people still not gonna care, man. All right? Like this vision I had was hardcore, man. This was Esau, the very government and whatever that they, that we're under, they had no work for this, man. The chariots was in a formation. They weren't even shooting nothing, man. That's the crazy part. Esau took the first shot. But you see what it said? It said this later vision shook her up emotionally. It said shook her emotionally. So that means the last vision she had, it shook her up to the point where she was probably put off a bit, And it says, as you will see below, this vision lines up perfectly with what so many others have been shown over the years. God is trying to warn us, but even most Christians are not listening. The following is what Sonja sent to my wife and I. Hello, Micah and Miranda. Warning to God's American remnant of coming attack. Yesterday I had a mini vision of something so devastating that I struggle to find words to describe it. It is a coming event that will nearly destroy America. Now, we ultimately know America's going to be completely destroyed. But the Lord didn't give her all of that. See, the Lord still gave her a little opening to her, like, yo, maybe it's not going to fully destroy America. It says, I saw coming from the Gulf of Mexico out of the beautiful ocean views, a series of fast-moving things that I don't know what they are. They were coming out of the ocean from off the coast of Florida, went to below west to below Houston, off the coast of Texas. They went up and arched in the sky. Then they went inland into the U.S. and then came down on U.S. cities. They began close to the Florida Panhandle and in nearly but not quite concurrent order. They ended at Houston. Houston will take a direct hit. I don't know how many cities will be hit or the exact location of the other cities other than Houston because it all caught me off guard due to the rapid speed of this event. I think they hit 6 or 8 U.S. cities nearly at the same time. Total destruction by massive fireballs and explosions larger than I've ever seen with horrific waves of heat going miles in every direction of where they landed, igniting everything close to these terrible heat waves on fire with huge fireball explosions that reach hundreds of feet into the air. Cities and towns were just suddenly gone and the intense explosions were going all on at the same time. I didn't comprehend what was happening because of the speed of how fast it happened. No warning, no time to evacuate, no time to escape this terrible fate. It was so catastrophic, it's hard for me to describe it in words. There wasn't debris after these explosions of fire. There were just huge, intense fires burning nothing because nothing was left. Woo! Oh my God, myself. It all, woo. It all only took just a few seconds. Watching this, I was so surprised. I just suddenly stood there watching in silent horror. It sickened me. I shook, became chill, and cried. In all just a few seconds, that vision lasted. I needed hours of time. Woo! Alone before I could even tell my husband, Dave, what I was shown. This is Joy. I'm sorry. Hold on. I don't know when this will happen, but it will happen when America is weak. Our nation seems to be weakening now, but when this happens, it will be much weaker. What was the most terrifying to me was the suddenness of this coming event. There will be no more warnings, no sirens, no emergency broadcasts, nothing. It will just happen when nobody's expecting it. Anything like this, I hesitate to even write about it. But please, people, fall on your knees now. Now is repentance to God because time is short. That's it. And this is an Edomite, it looks like, and I'm guessing. Hold up. I'm guessing that his friend is an Edomite as well. So you see what she said? She said, in a few seconds, hold on. She said cities in, hold up. Look at this. I'm going to read this again. I think they hit 6 or 8 U.S. cities nearly at the same time. Total destruction by massive fireballs and explosions, larger than I've ever seen, with horrific waves of heat going miles in every direction of where they landed, ignited everything close to those terrible heat waves on fire with huge fireball explosions that reach hundreds of feet in the air. Hundreds of feet in the air. And notice the Lord said the smoke is going to reach the heavens, bro. It's going to reach. So that's not even, that's something light. Hundreds of feet in the air, man. We talk about this is going to go all the way up. So that means, and the Lord showed her this in a few seconds. And they said it took her hours to tell her husband what really happened in the dream because she was that terrified. She said it was so catastrophic, it's hard for me to describe it in words. Like, this is something she just had now. This was January 7th, so that was that yesterday? 2 days ago. So 2 days ago, she had he posted this. So I don't know when she told him exactly. I don't know. Did he say when she told him? But either way, this was a couple days ago because it said he posted this article January 7th. So I'm assuming that he posted it as soon as he possibly could. And this now we're gonna go to the scriptures. Gotta go to Joel. Was that 24? But wait, should I bring that up too? This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. So all flesh, man. So whether you're an Israelite, Edomite, other nation, man, everybody gonna have these little visions and dreams, man. But starting with the Israelites, man, because the Israelites are the ones that the Lord is dealing with, man. So what vision you think He gonna give them, man? Because basically to give the other nations these visions is terrifying to them. You see what the chick said? It said she it was a few seconds, but it took her hours to tell her husband what she had dreamed. And she said it was so catastrophic that words couldn't even explain it, man. This is a vision that lady just had. And what were you talking about that the Bible ain't real? You mean to tell you telling this lady she just had this whole vision? You think it's just it can't happen? And it said this dude said that everything that she had seen has come to pass. Now I don't know how truthful that is or whatever, but at the end of the day, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. If this lady, which is a freaking probably an Edomite, with that name, I don't know, with Craighead, with that name, even though she's an Israelite or not. With that vision, if what he said is true about her having these visions and everything coming to pass, then we almost home free. And this is the Lord. That's why the Lord said, "What your salvation is nigh, man." All right, and you got to remember too. Now, go to the vision I had. Hold up. Now, this whole chapter goes into the breakdown of the 10 kings and all that, but I'm not going to go into the 10 horns. I'm not going to go into all that. I'm going to go to the actual part that I believe that this vision, dream, was implied. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, because what I saw was what? I saw the chariots in the air. I saw the chariots first, and then shortly after, I seen Esau and his military in the air flying around the chariots because they were that low. All right, so they made themselves presently seen on purpose, and they did that. It said, "These shall make war with the Lamb." And who's the Lamb? The Lamb is Yahweh Shai. And he's coming back, but remember, he's coming back not as a man. He's coming back with that lion-like mentality, man. But he was a lamb when he came on the earth. Now, it said, "These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and called. Those that are with him are called and chosen and faithful, man." So that means what? The Lord has a chosen, man. So everybody's not going to be chosen to be on the Lord's good side, man. All right? But the Lord still said He's going to pour His Spirit upon all flesh. So all these people could see these visions and these dreams and either be terrified or be rejoiceful and excited, man. I happen to be excited. But this lady said she was terrified, man. And it said what? She was shooken up emotionally. Imagine that. And this is from a dream, a vision. So this is something that, to her, it didn't happen, but it's like it's all from the Bible. So it's like these are the visions that the Lord said people were going to have. So really, in retrospect, it's actually true. But it wasn't in real time. All right. So yeah, man. Hey, man. Look, the Lord said what, man? Gather the Gentiles for that great day, man. The war of Armageddon, man. All right. So like, we here, man. So we just got to endure a little longer and continue to build yourself up in the faith. Stay prayed up. And look, man, Do what you got to do. Do what you know is right in the truth of Yahweh Bashim Shai. And we should be fine, man. Because that's all we can do, man. And most importantly, that's the main key thing is to trust in Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. And pray the Lord take not the Holy Spirit from you, man. That you got to continue to build in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai, so you can prove yourself worthy, make your calling and election sure. All right. So with that, hopefully this is edifying. Say call law Yahweh Bashim Shai by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach his truth in all truth and sincerity. Shalom.